Right, morning guys. Now, Paul Merson has just come out on Sky Sports and said that Arsenal are 2 injuries away from a top 4 fight. And he's been getting a lot of criticism from people saying he's talking shit, he's being negative. The thing with this is I have to agree with Paul Merson. I think he's absolutely spot on. Whether you like it or not, he's spot on. We are 2 injuries away from it all falling apart. And that's the reality of it. Players like Ødegaard, for example, if you had Ødegaard and Saka, or I'd say Ødegaard and Rice, if we lose Ødegaard and Rice, are you telling me we've got a title challenge? No chance. We proved we could win without Saka against City, even though Saka's a key player. Listen, we need cover for Saka, but it's true. They're so, particularly Ødegaard, the way Ødegaard plays in this team, we are so heavily reliant on him that if we lost him and Rice, it would derail our season. Of course it would. Man City had no De Bruyne for the first half of last season. Haaland missed quite a few games, key games as well. But they weren't the same team, but they got through. They got through. Maybe Rodri. Rodri's the only guy who I feel, yeah, if he gets injured, yeah, I think that would derail City's season. But apart from that, listen, City have got strength and depth. That's one thing we didn't have last season. And if you look around the team, Ødegaard gets injured, we're screwed. We're screwed. So people might not like what Paul Merson said, but he's right. He is right. And it's something that we need to address. We need to buy 2 more players. Mikel Merino looks like he's still in talks, but we've got to be very careful. We need another forward. We need another forward. And it's, you know, because Havertz could fill a little bit of a void for Ødegaard for a few games, but then who plays up front? Who gives us the aerial threat up front? We've got to be very careful. We've got to make sure we don't make the same mistake we did 9 years ago, where we went into the Leicester season. We went into that. We had the best starting 11 in the league. I don't care what people say. We had the best starting 11, but Wenger decided to only buy Petr Cech, and it just completely, it was a stupid decision, because you can't just rely on your starting 11 to stay fit every year. And effectively, we blew our chance, our best chance of winning a title in a long time. And we can't do that again. We need to buy some players. And people will talk about Paul Merson hating Arsenal. It's bollocks. Paul Merson's a Chelsea fan. He is a Chelsea fan, but he's an Arsenal legend. And make no mistake about it, he loves Arsenal Football Club. He loves the football club more than you can ever imagine. He's won more trophies at Arsenal than any of this current group. So have a bit of respect for an Arsenal legend. And the thing with Paul Merson is he gets a lot of stick for the way he talks. You know, he's not the most articulate, but he knows football, and he's brutal sometimes, and people slam him for his opinions, but he gets them right quite a lot. He knows what he's talking about, and we are 2 injuries away from it all falling apart. So we need to, I think in the long term, listen, any team would miss Ødegaard. I'm not saying that, but in the long term, we do need someone like a Bruno Guimaraes to come in, so that we've got a similar quality player who can come in for a Rice or Ødegaard. Obviously, Bruno comes in, he starts every game, but if Rice or Ødegaard was to get injured, at least you've still got Bruno there who can be a similar sort of quality player. And it's listen, it's a really tricky one, because obviously Ødegaard, we have to deal with it for this season. We have to deal with the fact that Ødegaard just cannot pick up a long-term injury, and we're risking everything, because all our season relies on Ødegaard, because he controls the way we play. But it doesn't mean we can't bring in some reinforcements. Like Mikel Merino, I'm happy with that, if we can bring him in, but we need one more top quality forward. Need it so badly, because we're short in that area. We need one more player. And then if we can bring in Merino and that player, I think we're good to go. And if Ødegaard was to get injured, then he gets injured. It's one of them. We can't go bringing in 5-6 players. You know, it's we have to just take that risk. But it's getting quite serious now. We've got 2 more weeks of the window, so we've got to hurry up. We have to hurry up and quickly get some players, because it's we don't want a repeat of 9 years ago where we don't strengthen, and then someone key gets injured and it costs us big time.